Hi everyone, welcome! Tonight I am doing the this or that tag. This was created by Michaeala Renee. I was not tagged by anyone, but Jamie over at Jamie's Coloring Love did this tag and she thought I'd really enjoy it. So I thought I would hop in, even though I'm a little late to the trend, and answer some questions while I worked in this book. So this book is Sherry Baldy, My Bestie, Busy Bees and Butterflies Coloring Book. So you get the 50 pages and 2 of each, so 25 images, 50 pages. I'm going to do a little bit of stenciling with some pastels, just something easy while I talk. Try to keep it simple so I'm not too distracted. Make sure the light is where we can see it. I'm left-handed, so I'm going to turn the book. I do need to move my light to the other side, I do believe, one of these videos, so that I have room. So I do have a couple Castle art pencils if I get that far to color her hat and whatnot, but we'll see how far we get. So the first question is alcohol or water-based markers. I am an alcohol girl. I do not care for water-based, even with the tips of this helps it from streaking. Coloring over with pencil, I still really just prefer alcohol. They're faster, they're smoother. I just prefer the alcohol. 2, Jade Summer, line art or grayscale. I am a line art girl. I am not heavy into the grayscale. I do a few of it here and there, but I'm not real into grayscale. So I pick line art. Give me one second while I line this up here. I think I'm gonna go half on. I'm gonna do the darker edges. So question 3, Prisma or Polychromos pencils. So I do not own Polychromos. I have never tried a Polychromos, but I do know that out of all the pencils I have tried, Prismas are my favorite. They are perfect for me. I can do great things with them. So I'm gonna pick Prisma just because I'm biased. Blend these a little. I'm gonna need one more yellow. I might need a lighter yellow still. Let's see, question 4, Hanna, Karlzon or Maria Trolle? And that is a tough one. I'm not the biggest fan of either. At this point, I have colored more Hanna Karlzon than I have Maria Trolle, but I own more Hanna, so I guess I will pick Hanna Karlzon. Color by number or not. I am not a color by number girl. So if you've watched my channel, you've known I did try to get in on the trend. I got one of the Creative Haven color by numbers, but it just wasn't for me. Was not feeling it. I do not have any color Questopias or Belba family or anything like that. This just, I don't. I'm not sure why. I did try to get into them, but it just wasn't my thing. Okay, I like that. Let's see, mandalas or patterns. There's something under this. One sec. That'll be a little bit easier. Line this one back up so they don't come out uneven. All right. Mandalas or patterns. So I'm not a fan of either, but if I had to choose between the two, I would pick a mandala just because they are patterns, but they aren't as repetitive, and some of them can be smaller, so I'm just not, the repetitiveness gets to me. I can't. Not good with repetitive. I like to spice it up, change things around. Okay, let's see, number 7. Double or single? I like my images single-sided, just in case I do need to go in with some type of fine liner. Also, if the page happens to fall out of a book, like I did a winter page in Mythomorphia this month, and one side of my page fell out, which means on the other side there is a double page spread missing its partner now. So I do like single-sided images for that reason. And being an alcohol girl, I will show you, this is like my dream setup right here. This is Minka's Journey. This whole book is double page spreads, but they are blank in between, and then the double page spread. Blank, double page spread. So you can take them out if you want, which can, if that's your kind of thing, but I really like that type of setup because it's for, you can do it for any medium, you can take them out, you know, it's really up to you what you want to do. So, single, spread, or double? That's a hard one for me. I love double page spreads, but they take me so long to get done. But I do love how pretty they turn out. I think what I usually do is pick like one big project a month, like one double page hard page that takes a lot of time, and then I kind of fill in breaks and in between with simpler pages. I think I'm going to pick single. Do like a double page spread, but you don't get very many of them all the way done. And then let's get the shift. The next one is Ohuhu or Cali art markers. I don't have neither. I have never tried either, so I can't tell you. I'm not a big fan of brush tips. I've tried cheaper versions like a Tombow, but I haven't tried real hard with them. So I don't have an answer to that, as I haven't tried either one. I stick to the cheaper Sharpie Bic type options mainly. So between Bic and Sharpie, I'm a Bic just because their pastels are prettier, but I do like Sharpies as well. That's all I can tell you on that one. Those of you that are curious while you are watching me readjust this stencil repeatedly, they do have stencil adhesive. You spray it on your paper and it will hold your stencils down so that you don't have to work like this, and it doesn't leave any residue or anything on your page, but I'm not really that worried about it because I'm just playing around. Let's see, color by number, white, background, or black. I don't do color by number. I've watched a few of the colors where they do color in between the lines of the numbers and whatnot, but I don't know on that one. I've never tried either to be very biased. So these whole hexagons, I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to go all the way around with this dark yellow, make sure it's really dark. And I can go back and fix up as need be. I'm going to just do it like I'm coloring with a colored pencil, then I'm going to go around with the light, just kind of fill it in. And then where I'd have my shadow spots, take this brown and just kind of, it wouldn't be on the very edge because my shadows wouldn't be on the outside, they'd be on the inside of the cone. That's kind know what I'm doing there. And then when I don't have to hold the stencil down, I will go in and just blend them out a little better. Might go around with that dark one more time. That's how I'm gonna do that. A little off camera, sorry guys. So white posca or jelly roll. I have not had success with the jelly roll white gel pen. Everything I've tried it on, it has not worked well. Hasn't. The Signo white gel pen is my go-to. I would pick the Signo gel pen over the jelly roll. I do like the Moonlight jelly rolls and the Stardust, but for some reason the white one just isn't. But I do like the Signo, and I do use it more than my Posca, I believe, for the most part. I like them equally. The only real difference I have is Posca. Posca is a bigger dot, and you can change that depending on what size you get, so no real big thing there. Guess I don't have to hold that because I've already colored in my... So the next one... Okay, some minor technical difficulties, so I believe my video cut off after the Posca and the jelly roll question. So I'm still just working my way down the side, same book, same supplies. Morning or night coloring. I am a night owl. I do not do mornings. I don't like mornings. I've never liked mornings. Not for me. So there's also a lot less distractions. As you know, I don't have a lot of dogs barking, people knocking at the door, phone ringing. My kids are also usually, for the most part, tucked in for the night, content, so it's a little easier. I have a hard time staying on task with things when I have to start and stop. So, Jade Summer Chibi or April Amber's Chibi. I do not have an April Amber's book, but from what I can tell, April Amber's is a little more simplified than Jade Summer. So I would pick Jade Summer. I do have Jade Summer's Chibi book and I do adore it. I love the detail in it. So I would pick Jade Summer. If I acquire an April Amber's book in the near future, I will let you know if my mind changes. But for now, that is my selection. Let's see. We are on to Alan Roberts or Emelie Lidehall Oberg. Sorry. I looked away from the paper and couldn't remember if that was her last name. I do not own Emelie Lidehall Oberg, but from what I have seen, she looks a little bit like Hanna Karlzon. So I do own Alan Roberts. There are a few images of his I do adore that aren't like super scary, bloody, gory style. So I'd probably pick Alan Roberts, even though some of his stuff is a little much. But I think I would still be more likely to get one done in his first. Double images or single, I'm a double girl. If it doesn't have double pages, I usually buy another copy anyway if it's something I really enjoy or images I really like. So double images are okay for me. I know a lot of people say that they don't do doubles because they would never color the same image twice, but I tend to try things like this and they don't work out and I ruin one copy. This book especially, I have started 2 other pages in and they have not turned out at all what I wanted, so I am thankful for the double copies. But I also like that if there's ever a challenge down the road or you get inspired by somebody else's piece or you want to try it in different media, you have that option without having to buy a whole nother copy of the book. one's looking a little darker. I might have to kind of orange it up a little bit. Okay. So then when you get that far, if it's looking messy or you're not liking it, you can go around and erase. I'm not going to do it till the end, obviously, because I'm probably going to touch it and smudge it more anyway. But that is that so far, and I think they're looking pretty good. The next question is Johanna B or Kerby Rosanes. Quiet, please. So I adore Kerby's World Within World book, his newest one out. I love the pages in it. I'm not so much of the first few ones he brought out. I'm going to turn this book around real quick. But I do like his newest one, but I am a fan of Johanna. She was my first love, so I'm going to go with Johanna on that one. And I do own 2 copies of most all of her books as well. Let me decide how I want to start this here. I think I'm going to do it like that. So let me adjust it a little. Sorry guys, I can't my list so I can see the next question. Pastel or acrylic background? You would think I would pick pastel, seeing what I'm doing, but I am an acrylic girl. I love acrylic, so I pick acrylic background. There are so many fun ways to apply it. You can mix colors. It's totally fun. It does not rub off like this does. It doesn't leak through your paper unless you get it on the back side. But I really like acrylic. Move just a dot there. Go. The next question is Hanna, Lynn, or Jasmine, Beckett, Griffith. I have covered a lot, a lot of Hanna, Lynn. And I do adore her work. But I think I find Jasmine, Beckett, Griffith more rewarding. They're a little more detailed, a little more, I don't know. You can just bring a lot more depth and life out of Jasmine's work. It doesn't have to be dark and gothic. You can turn it bright and happy. But I do adore Hanna's work. They both have girls that all kind of look the same, so I can't color a whole bunch of either one of them in a row, just because I can only do so many girls before I'm bored. But use my finger and kind of blend this one in. Kind of wanted that brown effect. Okay, let's see. Next question. Amazon or Etsy? I love Etsy. Etsy has awesome products that Amazon doesn't have. A lot of the fancier books, more expensive books, things that are like distressed inks and stuff, Amazon does have them, but Etsy seems to have a wider range. But with the cost of shipping, because most of those people are out of country, minus a couple, I did get like Ellie Mark's book for about the same price as Amazon, and she had free shipping. But for the most part, I am Amazon just because I am on a budget, and I do really enjoy the 2-day shipping, get here now satisfaction. And Amazon is also really good with returns, exchanges, complaints, anything like that. I've never had a problem with anyone over Etsy, but I'm just pretty happy with Amazon. If they could just work out so they could get like the Romantic Country's new book and Clara Markova's new book, that would be great, because then I wouldn't have to be on Etsy eyeballing future books I would love to own someday. So, glitter gel pen or stickles. I do not own any stickles. I've never tried a stickle. So I'm going to go with gel pens. Do some pretty cool things with some gel pens. And I will erase that off her hat so it's no biggie. I can't decide if I want to go around the edge and the bottom. Leave it like that. Let's see, let me move some things over and I'll show you where we're at here. Move this over. Try to clear some room. So here is where we are. I think I'll leave it like that for a minute. I probably will go down this side with the stencils, but it's going to take a little longer, so I think I will work on her hat while we finish these last few questions. So before we start, I'm going to turn this book around. I will go in and add some brown like this around those ones, but all right, leaving yellow fingerprints everywhere. Okay, hard or soft back book. I like how the soft back books lay down flat, but I do like the hard back books better, I think. I like flipping through them when they're complete, satisfying. I have a few hardback books, but I've never had one that I've wanted to take apart or anything. Being they are a little bit pricier books, I'm pretty happy with just trying to complete them as they are. So I think I would pick hardback, but it's pretty close. I mean, not a huge difference. Okay, these are Castle art pencils, just going in kind of light. I'll also show you how I'm thinking of it. Castle art pencils and pastels work together amazing. So if you wanted to go in and touch up any of your stencil work, make it a little darker. Obviously that side I kind of butchered, but that is an option. Then you can rub them with your finger and they'll get a smoother pastel looking texture. Oh, I colored her hair. That's why we have erasers. Gotta have a reason to get more erasers. Give me 1 second to outline this and then I'll get to the next question. Make it an even layer around her brim here. Okay, simple or intricate? I am into the intricate pages. I like the intricate, I like the blending, I like the shading, I like the small details that bring it out to life. I like the time consuming factor, how long, you know, it takes, keeps my mind off things. In between, because there are some nights where I look at a page and I'm like, oh, I just can't get into that tonight. I will swap to a page like this and just have a little bit of fun and play with it. But usually my goal is to get one big page done and then have some smaller on the side. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with this and just kind of blend. Sorry if you can hear that lovely music in the background. My little one is watching her iPad and it seems to be getting louder and louder, or she's getting closer and closer. That could be it too. And then the last question is Christmas or Halloween. So we talked about the Alan Roberts and whatnot and not being a big fan of blood and gore. However, I love the Halloween more than Christmas. I do adore Christmas. It's pretty close. There's not a huge gap in between. Oh no! There's a speck of color in my pencil. I don't know if I can blend that out. So bummer to Castle art because there is a red streak in my pencil. And that's just making it worse. So I'll probably have to darken that spot a little bit with another color just to hide that, but So that is the last question. Halloween for the win because of the autumn colors, the scarecrows, the pumpkins, the corn, just that warm fall feeling that comes along with Halloween is what I really enjoy. So if you made it this far with me and watched my stenciling mess with the pastels, I thank you. Leave a comment down below. Feel free to say I tagged you and go ahead and do this tag if you would like. I love watching these and learning about people. And I hope to see you next video.